Guys, welcome to Watkins Way. We're in Laguna Beach this morning at their Saturday morning farmers market. Yeah, I'm gonna get this one. It's just about right. Heirloom. We're gonna put some color in our tomato pie. So that looks like a good one. We're gonna get this one too. So I got 3 different colors for our tomato pie. All right, we're gonna make our heirloom tomato pie. So stay with us and don't go away. All right, we just got back from Laguna Beach down at the farmer's market. I got my heirloom tomatoes, got all of our ingredients set up for our tomato pie. First thing I did was I didn't make my own dough. I just buy a store-bought crust. And I want to put pie weights in here. If you don't put the pie weights in, when you put it in the oven, this center part is going to raise up about that high and crack on me a little bit. And then also I got a shield here for the top of the crust. So I got my oven at 375. We're going to put it in there for about 10 minutes. So let's get busy on our tomatoes. We got 3 heirloom tomatoes for our tomato pie. We're going to cut this. And what I like to do with these heirlooms, it's easier to slice them, you know, this way. These got a lot of juice in them, and what that does, it makes them kind of mushy when you do the pie. So I'm going to set them over here on a paper towel and try to soak up some of that juice and put a little salt on it. Yeah, tomato pie comes from my wife's side of the family. Growing up in Kentucky, I don't remember anybody ever making a tomato pie. And she's got some family in North Carolina, and when we visit them, somebody usually shows up with a tomato pie. And when I had it a few years back, I've been making them ever since. They're mainly just the ingredients that you see right here. We're going to use the Romano cheese that I got right here. When the pie comes out, I'm going to put that on the bottom of the crust. And now what I'm going to do, put the mayonnaise in here. This is mozzarella cheese, a cup of mozzarella. And this is sharp cheddar, and we're going to do a half a cup of sharp cheddar. And we're just going to mix this up. And what we're going to do is when we start layering our tomatoes, and we're going to use green onions, we're going to use some basil. This is going to be the topping for the pie. And so I'm just going to put some bacon in here right before we put it in the oven to bake it. And what I'm going to do, as soon as I get these laid in here, I'm going to let them set here for about 10 or 15 minutes, put a little salt on them, and get some of the liquid out of here so that they're not too mushy when we make our pie. Our ingredients is going to be some green onions and some fresh basil. And I don't know if you guys have ever done this or not. When you cut basil, roll it up like you're kind of making a cigar maybe, and cut it like that, and it all comes out pretty even. It's all the same. So that's how we do the basil. And now what we're going to do is, I got the pie crust just came out of the oven. It's ready to go. Just about 3/4 of a cup of Romano on the bottom of the crust. And just throw it in here. So we're gonna just layer our tomatoes in here, just throw them in there any old way. Do some different colors. It helps when you try to get the liquid out of most of these tomatoes. That way the pie comes out. Tomatoes will get really mushy if you don't do that. It's the same thing if you're frying green tomatoes. Same thing, you want to just lay them over here and put some salt on them and try to get some of that liquid out of there. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. I got some green onion that I cut up. We're going to put some green onion on here. And we're going to do some more tomatoes. color's looking pretty good. Heirloom tomatoes, I mean, if you go to the store here in California and try to buy tomatoes, you're just wasting your time, but they don't even taste like tomatoes. I don't know, they probably grow them in some kind of greenhouse or something, but they're not good. So now, let's add some basil. Just fresh basil. The rest of our tomatoes. And let's do the rest of our green onions. Kind of like a deep dish pizza. I should put some pepperoni in there or something. I'm going to put bacon there, I forgot, yeah. All right, so let's make our bacon. What I do is I put my bacon on a cookie sheet on parchment paper. I put it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 12 minutes. I want to start checking it in 12 minutes. And it comes out flat, and just like this, or if you put it in the microwave, it kind of dries out a little bit. If you do it with the skillet, it curls up. So I'm going to do this, and I only need 2 pieces, but anytime you fry bacon, as soon as it's done, people will come in the kitchen, they're like grabbing 1 piece. So I don't care about this, I only need 2 pieces for the pie. So let's put it in the oven. All right, our bacon is done. It actually took 12 minutes, exactly 12 minutes to get it just like this at 400 degrees on the parchment paper and the cookie sheet. So like I said, the tomato pie, none of my wife's family ever put bacon in it, but when I make the tomato pie, I put bacon in everything. So we're gonna cut up this bacon, nice and crispy. Do our cheese. Remember, we got mozzarella cheese, we got sharp cheddar cheese, and we got mayonnaise, cup of mayonnaise, half a cup of sharp cheddar, a cup of mozzarella, and I said earlier 2 pieces of bacon, but I thought, you know what the hell, 3 pieces got to be better than 2 pieces, right? So we're going to mix this all up, and I got my oven set at 350 degrees, and we're going to put the pie in the oven at 350 degrees for 25 minutes. And you don't have to smooth this stuff on it. This is cheese, and it's going to melt. Besides, I tried smoothing it on a couple times, it don't work, so. And it looked just as good when it came out of the oven, so we'll do this. All right, now, this is gonna go in the oven at 350 degrees for 25 minutes. All right, our pie's out of the oven. We cooked it at 350 for 25 minutes, and I'm going to garnish it a little bit right here with some heirloom tomatoes. And I think that's a good looking tomato right there. Put a little basil on here. That's our tomato pie. And guess what time it is? It's classic cocktail time. Stay with us. Okay, we're going to make a drink today that was made famous at a New York bar in 1874. We're going to make a Tom Collins. Tom Collins was so popular back then that they even named a glass the Collins glass. And this drink 2 years later was published in the American Bartender's Guide as an official drink. What we're going to use is Beefeater gin. I'm going to do about 7 or 8 count. And I call this kind of like an adult lemonade because we're going to use sugar, we're going to use some lemon juice, and we're going to use some club soda. So let's get our lemon juice in here. All right, and then I got some simple syrup. Pour that in. And my club soda. Give it a little fizz. And let's stir it up. Make sure it's cold. I got the big old ice cubes in here. I'm always playing around trying to make clear ice. Drop a lemon wheel in as our garnish. Maraschino cherry. All right, that's our Tom Collins. So good. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.